Warning. Brightside Masks RPG contains content that is not suitable for younger audiences and might be triggering to some, including strong language, mild violence and gore, death and dying, depictions of PTSD, and struggles with loss. It's never too late to back out now. Unless, of course, you're tough enough to run with the villain crowd, like us. If that's the case, enjoy the show.
So the scene opens up basketball courts. It's probably like right after school. Instead of getting on the bus, you guys were like, you know, Amari in class or something was like, hey, could you like meet me at the basketball courts? And like Sylvia was just kind of like, yeah, sure. And like, you know, you guys show up. It's just two courts. They're very run down. You probably can tell that like one was probably a tennis court at one point, and then tennis got a little out of hand, and they just made it two different basketball courts. There's a bot in the corner, sort of standing guard by the basketball holder. There's some bystanders sort of chatting.
So Amari walked in and mostly just didn't really look anywhere in particular, just kind of walked out and was, you know, making sure Sylvia was still behind them and didn't just ditch, because Amari doesn't really know Sylvia that well, and knowing the kids of the school, they just leave and do whatever, go off and do whatever they want. So when Amari finally gets here, they turn around and they're like, well, alright, so here's the thing. Maybe this is a little selfish of me to ask, but you wanna like fight or something? Not like they like wave their hands quickly, like not like because I have anything against you or anything. I'm just curious about your powers, I guess. You have like shadow control, and also I need to let out some anger that I don't want to let out towards another classmate.
But I'm
Is that
your
alright?
classmate.
Amari like rubs their temple.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to scrap, we can scrap. I always enjoy it.
I don't even know if I want to say the class. No, I'll just say it. It's Sam. I'm mad at Sam. Sam did something, and I'm mad. So, when I'm mad, I don't really avoid being mad. So, I'd rather just let it out. And you seem like the kind of person who can handle people being mad. So, how about it?
I mean, I break things all the time, so yeah.
They, you know, kind of head over to the side of the court and like gesture over there to like Sylvia to get over on that side of the court, and they're like pacing a little bit, just getting ready. Feel free to make the first attack.
What are the shadows like in this area?
I would say it's around like 3 to 4 p.m. So like, yeah, the sun is setting. So yeah, there's probably a couple of shadows from like the different like the chain link fences, and like this big shadow probably right over Amari with like the basketball thing. There's quite a few shadows to work with here.
I think what I'm gonna do is, as I'm like walking over, I'm kind of eyeing all the shadows in the area, kind of smirking. I'm like, "Hey, yes for it, just so you know." And I'm gonna start like making motions, like trying to be all like, ooh, like making big hand gestures, like I'm prepping up for some big thing, and then I'd like to grab a shadow from behind her and trip her.
Okay. I'm gonna say directly engage a threat.
Hey!
Nice! You can resist or avoid their blows, take something from them, create an opportunity for your allies, which doesn't really apply to this. Impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition. Your choice.
I think in a way I'm trying to catch her off guard, but I'm also trying to I'm trying to rile her up.
So, okay.
So I'm trying to be like, I'm using dirty tricks. What you gonna do about it?
You sort of put on this whole thing that, like, you're doing something in front of you, but in reality, yeah, you definitely took that giant shadow of the pole behind Amari, and that shadow just sort of wraps itself around Amari's foot quite like a hand, and just sort of like, whoop! And Amari, you go falling flat, like, you just basically pancake on the pavement, and you're just, like, definitely caught off guard. So yeah, what do you do?
Alright, Amari is, you know, still face first, I guess, and like tries to pick themselves up, and they're looking at like the hand that grabbed onto them, and as they do, I guess they're gonna let out like, I guess, a flash to try and dispel it. They see that it's from a shadow, but they don't entirely know how Sylvia's powers work yet. Okay, so let me unleash my powers.
Yeah.
Badu. Spell shadows.
Nice!
I don't want to die, so unstable or temporary.
So yeah, you managed to like create this awesome, beautiful aurora, like a nice big flare. The people watching sort of look away, wincing at the brightness of it all. Yes, while it seems in like your general like little bubble that you've just made of light around you, that you have gotten rid of that shadow, yeah, it turns out you've made a lot of other shadows in the process, so Sylvia, you kind of have an advantage right now.
Blink and kind of like rubbing my eyes a bit from the light. And I see the lights that kind of dramatically kind of cast out. And I kind of smirk and I'm like, big mistake. And I would like to grab the shadow of the basketball hoop and bring it around and then scoop her up off the ground.
Like, literally, like, Team Rocket style net Amari.
Yeah, basically, I'm just kind of gonna grab it and, like, let it scoot across the ground, and then it's just gonna come up and, like, scoop from underneath her.
Oh my god, that's awesome! Yeah, that one I'm gonna say unleash your powers.
Yikes.
Yikes. You take control of this all magical basketball hoop and you're like, I'm gonna net this kid, right? The circle sort of like woo, woo, woo moves across the courtyard. It's like looking for a target, essentially. It looks like it kind of has a mind of its own. It decides to pick a different target, and it whoop, and it swoops up and yep, you catch the bot. The security bot turns its head in the net, looking around. If it could blink, it probably would blink a couple times. And then just sort of says, an error has occurred. And it doesn't do basically anything else. It is helpless.
Looks at the bot that got attacked by the shadows instead. Is like laughing a little bit. They're like, man, that target totally missed. All right, time to go. They are gonna just jump forward and just like fucking blow some fucking electric wind in this in Sylvia's face. Let's go.
Whoa, okay. Let's directly engage a threat with that one. All right. You take a running start as Sylvia's sort of distracted and is like watching her own powers just like kind of go haywire. And it's just like I imagine Sylvia's really enjoying the fact that she just caught a bot, and she's just like and is totally not ready for the fact that Amari is already mid-air, ready to like superhero punch the ground and send this electric wave of shock through the air. And Sylvia, you're definitely gonna be knocked back.
Like kind of tapping back and forth. This was gonna roll for Burn while she was down because I resisted and avoided the blows, and then Burn would just be charging up. They're getting a little fiery. They're like,
ooh,
really getting into what's going on. They're like, hey, eyes up here. I know you just knocked down a bot. That was pretty neat, but I'm stronger than the bot. Brilliant, excellent.
Yay! Burn. So Sylvia, I'm sorry, but now it's time for you to get hit. So, take a powerful blow for me and roll conditions. You get hit with that, you could sort of fall back, you just narrowly miss whacking your head on that pole. You sort of like get up, completely weathered that blow, and just sort of like dust off like your outfit, and you're just like, ah.
With the force of that blow, would I have lost concentration with my little hoop snag and drop the bot?
Yeah, so the bot probably at the same time of you flying back, the bot just like crashes down, needs to jump back, and the bot just sort of like wheels itself back up awkwardly, and it's just like resuming position, and it just sort of like stands there as if its only job is to guard the basketballs and literally completely disregards the fact that children are fighting in front of it.
So I think what I'm gonna do after I kind of get thrown back, I kind of like wipe like my mouth and my shirt. And there's like over here where like the bot and the basketballs are in the basket and stuff, it's like a wall that goes up, right?
Yep, it's a brick wall.
Yeah.
That's where the gym is.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and throw a portal on that wall above, like a bit, like maybe about 5 feet up above where the basket of balls are, and then cast the other portal under Amari.
You're gonna drop Amari in the ball pit?
Yes.
Amari's going in the ball pit!
Amari's going in the ball pit! Yay! Unleash your powers.
Sylvia doesn't think she can lose, so the fact that she's already kind of sort of messed up her powers once and then she got smacked real good, she's probably like a little bit like, oh god, nah. So she's just kind of doing it, and it's probably not super stable.
Okay, it works. Much to your surprise. The portal opens up right above the ball pit, exactly where you wanted. The other portal, exactly where you wanted. Amari, you go whoop, whoop, and you're just in the ball pit, and it's not fun. You're definitely like taken off guard, and basketballs start rolling around, and the bots just sort of like scoot over, pick up a single ball, stand up straight, bring ball back, sits on top of your lap, and like sort of like is very slowly doing its job. Sylvia, when you go to take the portals away, the one right in the middle just doesn't go away. It's just there. You're not really sure where it goes.
So
Ooh.
the portal up on the wall disappeared, but the one on the ground hasn't gone away, and it's like, well,
Yes.
okay.
You're like, come on! Like, you're snapping at it like, come on! Come on! And it, like, literally won't go away, so it's stuck.
I think I see the portal, and I'm like, look, you're making me look bad. Come on.
Amari, who is still in the pit of balls, is like, I think that the thing is knocked over by now, and like some basketball just spilling out. Amari grabs one and chucks it at Sylvia in an attempt to like push her into her own portal.
Oh, shit!
With force.
Okay!
Let's go.
You can always use your burn.
I can actually use 2 of the burn that I have to make it controlled so that it doesn't destroy everything.
Nice! Okay, yeah, let's do that.
It's basically lifting up all of these.
Imagine a shot from, like, there's, like, a little field before it goes off into, like, the Halcyon Bay. It's very, very close to the ocean. Like, imagine seeing people at the beach looking over at the basketball courts, like, oh, hey, there's that villain school, you know? And then all of a sudden, like, all of these basketballs, like, rise into the sky and start glowing this magical light, and they all rise, like, at the same time, and then all of them just sort of, like, fall down in one place.
They stop, like, right as Sylvia's about to enter the portal. They, like, grab her hand and then they just let her go. I mean, don't the Legacy have flying powers, I think?
I don't.
Cool. Get in the portal.
You do the cool guy thing where, like, you grab Sylvia by, like, the wrist and you're just, like, go to drop Sylvia, and yeah, Sylvia, you go, like, falling into this portal, and yeah, no, you just, like, hit the pavement underneath it. Like, this portal is literally just, like, a little shadow. You're expecting to fall through, like, dimensions and shit, end up in, like, Quake and Shake or something. You never know. Yeah, no, it literally, there's no actual portal. Like, since there's no destination, it's just sort of, like, it's just for looks. Almost like an illusion.
It's like I
Karma.
fall backwards expecting to fall through a portal, and then I just hit smack on my back on the pavement. I want to be really petty. Where I hit the ground, I kind of pushed myself up, and I glare up at Amari, and Sylvia will say words that I myself would not like to say. And then I'm going to use Amari's shadow to rise up and grab her by her pigtails and pull her back. Provoking, because I'm like really mad.
I'd say that's provoke. I'd say that's provoke. At this point, you're not, like, trying to hurt them. You're just straight up trying to get a reaction. So, yeah, let's roll to provoke. You use your powers.
Good job.
You sneak up on Amari. You pull the braids. It is becoming a little messy. Now you're at a standoff. You guys basically have each other pinned in a way. What do you do? By now, by the way, the robot has cleaned up all of the basketballs and has resumed his pointless life of being the guard of these basketballs. The 2 bystanders clap and cheer you on, but they're also, like, reacting in the most classic of ways. Like, when the braids got pulled, they were like, oh! You know, like, they're like, they're very much enjoying this.
I think they're gonna use a moat, but they're not going to block oncoming attacks. They're going to use it to push Sylvia towards the basketballs again.
This revenge, are you gonna use your burn for that?
Yes.
All
I
right.
have one more burn. So Amari is down on their ass because they just got yanked back by the braids. And yeah, they have reached peak energy. They are going freaking wild. Amari pulls back their the sleeve to their left arm. And of course, it's basically the same as the left side of their face. It's like completely like rainbow-y burned kind of. And through that, aurora energy comes out, northern lights energy comes out, all kinds of like electrical, like very green actually, color comes out, and it like makes this like very solid light barrier. It's near Sylvia, and it pushes Sylvia towards the basketballs, and like pretty quickly, in an attempt to get her in the basketballs.
Yeah, scoop her and just like whoop and just
Scoop her up and then dunk her.
I am going to grit my teeth. I think what I'm going to do is I'm gonna like pick up the ball, and I'm going to gather the shadows around me to kind of come up behind me and collect behind the ball as well as I grab it. And then kind of with the force of myself and my shadows, I'm gonna hurl the ball at Amari's face. Freak.
Yes, plus freak.
Time.
I'm gonna
Okay.
mark insecure. Gather these shadows and they kind of coalesce underneath me. within the ball pit, and then they kind of crawl over the balls behind me, up until like they kind of pool behind the ball I'm holding, and then like I pull the ball like up over my head and just lob it, and it's like this force, it just goes pew, and the ball just comes crashing like against the side of Amari's face.
Oh. Yeah, hey Amari, take a powerful blow.
Time to die.
Oh, yay! Let's go, gamers!
I think it was just gonna stumble. Give her an opportunity to finish it off.
Alright! Sylvia! Finish them!
I think I kind of climb my way out of the pit and I scream, sit down. And then my intention is to use her shadow again to like forcibly grapple her and like pull, like kind of like you think of like a wrestling move, like yank her down to the ground.
Ah! That rhymes really well with your dad! Awesome! Yeah, you do it!
Amari is sitting on the pavement. Still probably wrapped in shadows. Like, they're still glowing a little bit, but that's mostly just making the shadows stronger. Like, they're not projecting any more solid light to be able to, like, vanquish them. They probably, like, are looking down at Sylvia, like, good fight! Amari's got a big weird, like, no, it looks like halfway between a smile and pain. Yeah, they're just looking at Sylvia, like, that was way more than I expected, to be quite honest with you. I kind of probably underestimated you. It's because basically everybody else I've ever fought in my life, I've been able to beat, like, pretty close to instantly, besides villains, but you know, I know you want to be one. I think that's what you said on, like, the first day, so I guess you're already on your way.
I let the shadows go and I'm like, so you're saying I'm better than you?
No. Maybe I'm saying that you're strong. I'm not saying anybody's better than anyone. I'm just saying that was pretty cool. Because I think I can have some pride in my own abilities, alright? Even if I don't necessarily like them. They, like, grimace a little bit, but then they're like, alright, like, getting to their feet.
Smirk at her, and I turn to the other two, and I'm like, if anyone asks, I won! You tell everyone I won!
Yes, ma'am. Michio salutes to you. This dude is sort of just like, he's giving you, like, the look of, like, I don't think anybody won. But then Michio just sort of, like, elbows him and is like,
I mean, I guess it was cool, it was fun. I mean, you did a lot of throwing around and stuff. Yeah, I guess if you ever wanna, like, spar again or get anything out.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I was going to ask you, like, we're definitely doing this again. Amari won't take no for an answer.
y'all want to swap influence?
Sure.
We're all sitting on the bus now.
So like after like, you know, talking to Miranda for a little bit, I turn around and I notice that like, you know, knowing that Nuby's behind me because I watched him get on the bus and figuring that like maybe he'd be able to help me, I turn around and I'm like, hey Nuby, how you doing? Haven't seen you since, you know, the last mission.
Yeah, the last mission, right.
Were you okay? You kind of, you know, vanished. Were you... They're leaning closely. I'm like, were you scared? Is that what happened?
No, it's not that, and it's... kind of want to keep that to myself for a little bit.
Okay, Sam goes, okay, as if he doesn't believe you completely.
Of course.
So anyway, I was wondering if you could help me with something. Because I heard you're really good with gadgets and making stuff. And of course, you're clearly the smartest person in class.
Yeah, clearly. And what is this task that you want me to do, exactly?
Well, you see, I keep seeing this invisible thing that no one else can see. And I tried to go to Amari for help, I didn't try to go to Amari for help. I followed her, it led me to Amari, which I'm assuming meant it was trying to, like, get me to, like, patch things up with Amari and get help from her, but didn't go that well. But anyway, I'm trying to find a way to let other people see this thing that I keep seeing that apparently no one else can see, so that way I can get help from other people and hopefully figure out what's going wrong. I'm basically trying to prove I'm not crazy. Can you help me?
Well, Nuby is just a little bit confused and is wondering whether or not he's about to talk to somebody who is potentially, has a few screws. But he is interested in the challenge. And so he basically says, okay, I'll help you out for a certain price.
Awesome. What do you want? What do you need?
Well, I hear that you are pretty close with a few aliens over here, and being the tech-savvy genius that I am curious about some certain inventions. If anything, could you ask one of your friends to see if I could borrow one of their inventions to stick around a little bit?
I wouldn't say I'm necessarily close, but I do know Miss Gio, and I have talked to them, and I feel like I could probably, ask, and they'd probably give up something. And so I can try and do that. I can also give you a kitten. I have cats.
No
If you're looking
thanks
for a cat.
on the cats. But
That's
I'll
okay.
take on the offer of the gadgets. So, what exactly do you want me to build?
I'm looking for you to build something either like a radar or some kind of like maybe glasses that help see things that are like invisible, like make things uninvisible.
Well, I guess it really depends on what kind of being we're dealing with here. Is
Leans
this
in close.
some
It's like, I think it's a ghost.
a ghost?
Yeah, but I swear it exists. It's a real thing. I constantly see it. It kept showing up after the last mission we had. I'm fairly certain it is a real, tangible thing, and it's been acting weird. It's a cat. I named him Scout. He's a cute little black cat that no one else can apparently see. At least haven't been able to see thus far. My hope is that even if I can't make it so that like everyone else can see the cat, I feel like something is there because it's been acting weird lately and running away from me and just acting strangely, and I can't and whatever's going wrong, I feel like maybe it's just something that like I can't see. And so if I can, if you can make something that like sees things that are invisible or ghostly spirits, maybe we can go ghost hunting.
What I have a bad feeling of deja vu with this. Okay. All right. If you're able to sneak back to the school at around, let's say, 7:30 or 8, we'll go ahead and try. I'll try to come up with something to help out with your little ghost problem.
Awesome. And while you do that, I'll try and get the thing from Mustio, see if I can find some technology I can hand off to you that you can play with and enjoy.
Sounds like a plan.
So everybody's sort of mingling in the halls before class. As you pass by this totally not suspicious group, you hear Kifo like leaning in, and she's like, "I got the deets, guys. We gotta come to school tonight, 7 to 8 o'clock. Something's going down." What? What's going down? What? Like a fight? Is it like a break-in? Are we gonna like steal secret files and eat all the lunchroom food?
Well, who's doing this?
Kifo overheard what you said, Sam.
Oh.
Yeah.
Took second to realize, like, oh shit. Hey, what you guys talking about?
Nothing, just like villain stuff. You wouldn't care. You're not a villain, are you? Wait, it's really hard to tell. Are you a villain?
I depends who you ask, I guess.
Toby.
True. Hi, Sam.
Do you think I'm a villain? Do you think I'm a good guy? You know me.
I think you're a good guy. Also,
Thank you.
I have a favor to ask you later. If you're not busy, like maybe like tomorrow or something after this goes down. I need you and Amari for something.
Oh well, I'm willing to help you, but I don't think Mari is in the best place right now. I don't think they like me very much. They're angry at me, but I tried to make it better, and it ended with the Mari slapping me. And so I don't think it's probably going to go well.
But wait, what? But we were. Oh, okay. God, okay. I really need to understand.
They're still angry about the one mission.
I just. We can literally talk this shit out of the way because I can't do this alone, and y'all are the only. You guys are the only two people I can actually trust around here. Can you guys talk it out? We can talk it out or something, even just on the way. I need specifically you guys. It's not gonna work otherwise.
At some point maybe, but not right. I'm kind of busy with other things. I've heard, and this other thing that I'm going to be doing. It sounds like other people are getting involved, and without me knowing. Anyway, I really need to talk to Miss Chio. We'll put a pin in this. I promise. Eventually, we'll work it out. I do want to.
Like tomorrow or something, because I'm kind of on a deadline. Because I kind of owe somebody something.
Okay. Well, okay. Sometime tomorrow. Go to Miss Gio.
Saturni's just sort of like literally standing in place, spinning around as fast as they can, and then standing still, dizzy as all can be. Why does the world spin like this? Why have I never tried this before? I saw some human kids doing this the other day in front of the facility, and it. Whoa! And they like literally fall over. They're so dizzy, and Miss Gio helps them back up. Like, please don't harm yourself. Please don't
They
harm
knock
yourself.
themselves out.
Don't harm yourself. Oh, is there something I can help you with?
I'm really curious to just learn more about cultures from other worlds and whatnot. I want to get to know you better, and also, if I'm being honest, there's a friend of mine who's really into like tech, and they'd be really and they like learning more about it, and to kind of just learn more about your home planet and sweats.
Miss Gio gives you a look. Who wants technology from me?
Dies, and he's like, well, I promise it's no one like dangerous or like an organization or like an adult. It's
That's not what I'm worried about.
if I begrudgingly say, well, it's just Nuby. He just wants to. I'm making a deal with him. He's trying to help me see this little creature that keeps following me around that no one else can see. It's been acting strange. I'm trying to figure out why. And its name is Scout. It's a little black cat. Invisible black cat.
This
Only I
entire
can see.
time you're speaking, Miss Gio is slowly stepping back and shaking his head faster and faster and faster. No, not him.
Okay.
You mustn't trust Charles. He is a traitor. He must never get his hands on any of my technology. Is that understood?
That is understood. Can I try and like pierce the mask?
I'd say pierce the
Doesn't
mask in this
sound like a bad
situation.
thought.
Ta-da! So you get to ask
Okay.
one.
Why don't you want Nuby to have it? Like, what's the specific reason? I lean in closely.
Remember what I had said about my time. Newbie Charles, he got a hold of technology that enabled him to... He, like, pauses as he gets, like, 1,000-yard stare and just visibly shaking. He's having a rough go at this. I am afraid if I speak, someone will hear, but he created something to expand the apocalypse. He enabled it to be worldwide. He betrayed us in a different time, and I, in this time, still cannot bring myself to trust him. That is why.
Sam leans in. So you saying that we should kill him?
Lucia's tiny little red slits look at you, and like you feel like you can see like a smile, like the way that the eyes sort of lift up.
Oh my god!
And Lucio shakes his head. He shakes his head, and he's like, "No, we mustn't resort to such extreme violence
Yet.
Oh my god.
at any cost." Lucio looks at you and he says very quietly, "It is tempting.
Tempting. Oh my
Perhaps
lord.
I have said too much. It is very difficult to be from another time and decide what information to give to this world or not. But please,
Fair enough.
please believe me." Hey, guess what? Lucio's giving you influence.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Yo.
Go to Nuby like, hey, it didn't work out.
No, Lucio's got you covered because you have decided to keep that hush-hush. Lucio, goes over to his locker and he's like, "Give me one moment." And he pulls out, a piece of hive tech. It looks like a very fancy calculator. Something that would be like, "Oh, let's calculate the cosmos. Like, this thing looks pretty rad." And he gives it to you and he's like, "If you must appease him, give him this. I believe this will
Thank
do
you.
no harm. I pray this will do no harm."
Thank you so much. On that note, though, even though it cannot do any harm now, is there any way we can, like, tamper with it so that it might do harm in case that way if anything he does try and build is just gonna like destroy itself without him knowing.
Michio looks around. I have an idea. He pulls out his cell phone. Yes, he has a cell phone. He pulls it out, and he's like a actual boomer on this thing, and it's like slowly pecking at things, trying to like contact someone. And you hear him on the phone, and he's just like, "You are at school, yes? Would you mind coming to, Miss Hoshia's door? I have a favor." Within moments, this character shows up. He comes over and he's just like, he gives Mushio a high five, and then he like looks at Sam and looks at Mushio and looks at Sam and looks at Mushio, like, and Mushio takes the calculator thingy from Sam and gives it to this character, and he goes, "Pencila, I need you to..." He blinks. "I realize this is awful. I am sorry. This is your technology, but can you please destroy it? Tamper with it." Prince Pencila is like, "You stole this from the lab?" "Yes, I did." Michio looks a little disappointed. Their four ears kind of sagging. "But it is with good intention, I promise. Although yes, I do need you to tamper it. I do not want any, hive information getting into the wrong hands." Pencila looks very concerned. "Right. I'm just not gonna question what's going on here. But I trust you, Gio." And he takes off the back of it, fiddles with it for a second, and hands it to Sam.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
This really does me a lot.
No worries. If you need working hive tech, you can always visit. I don't know why you don't need broken hive tech, but I'm gonna put a pin in that, I guess, and carry on. "See ya, Gio. See ya, Saturni." And yeah, the whole time this has happened, you have visibly noticed that Saturni has an attitude on their face. They do not like this character whatsoever. They have been crossing their arms, tapping their foot, huffing and puffing the entire time. And then when they leave, Saturni just sort of comes over to Michio and is like, "Anyways, we should probably get to class."
Yeah, thank you so much, Miss Joe. This really does mean a lot. And then like,
Of course.
I like gesture for like a high five.
Gives you a high five. He understands the high five, and he gives it to you, and then he gives you a thumbs up. "I love that! I'm gonna use that! High five!" They high five the entire way. Like, every step they high five, and it's all the way to class.
I go to Nuby, and I'm like, okay, so I got the tech you asked for here.
Nuby grabs it, observes it a little bit. This looks interesting enough. I'll play with it a little bit later. Alright,
Good.
you got yourself a deal. As I said, around 7 to 8.
Good. I'll see you then.
Amari was doing normal things and then noticed Lofi and then noticed Sam right in the path to Lofi. So Amari was gonna go around and like see if they could quick pull over Lofi just to like say something quickly. But then Toby caught them, and then Sam went over to go by Nuby, and then they went, "All right, changing plans. We're going back the original route." And so that's what they were doing. Oh, yeah. Huh?
Hi, how you been? I haven't seen you since the last mission.
What? I've been fine. They raise an eyebrow.
Okay, we can talk it over later and stuff, but like literally, I just need your help. Tomorrow night, long story short, I owe somebody a thing, and I know where to get this thing, but I need help getting this thing, and I can't trust the trouble kids with this shit.
Yep,
No
sure,
for a
you
fact
got
I
it.
can't get that. Okay, cool, thank you. Yep. And he just like.
Amari wasn't going to disagree anyways. Amari trusts Toby, so Amari's gonna.
Yep,
Wow! Nice!
Oh,
Nice! I love how you didn't talk about Sam possibly being there. Great!
Hey guys, Lofi, I wanted to say sorry about what happened yesterday, and that you probably got a bad grade because of me.
It's okay.
But mostly the other thing, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. It was kind of scary. I wish there was more I could have done to help, but I know your teammates, so it'll be okay. It's just, if you do need help though, I can help you. I'm not sure how, but I mean, I have Comfort Crab. That usually helps me with my problems. Yeah. Maybe if you guys needed to watch Comfort Crab and kind of talk, I mean, you could always come to the reef.
Yeah, that'll be better than coming back to my house. Yep, sure, we'll do that.
Okay, so that way maybe Caspian and I, maybe we could mediate?
Yeah, thanks.
Casper's just sort of like, what am I getting involved in? And looks around like he wasn't paying attention. He was on his headset.
We'll talk about it later, Caspian.
While all of these events were transpiring, Kifo has been plotting! Tonight at 8, let's all meet back up here. I know something's going on with the Freakazoid kids. Either I'm here to mess with them, or I'm here to thwart their plans. I don't know about you guys, but I kind of flunked my last grade. I'm trying to find an easy way to impress the adults. Like, if we can catch them on the campus or something and look like the heroes, oh, we're bound to get some extra credit.
Hold on, I mean, I get the whole break into the school thing, like, I'm on board for that, but what's with the freak kids?
Oh, like oh my god, what's his name? The kid that looks like he got in, like, a serious accident and has glass stuck in his forehead. Raven's just like, you mean Sam? Are you talking about the gray kid? In, like, the homeless man clothes? Yeah, that one! The homeless man. Yeah, that one.
So, we're stopping them from breaking into the school by breaking into the school?
Yeah, it's like, oh, it'll, like, totally make the adults' head spin, because they'll be like, oh, should we punish them? But no, they knew this plan was premeditated, and then they'll be all confused, and they'll be like, well, actually, they did the right thing for trying to handle things on their own, and we'll get extra credit. I can guarantee it.
I mean, I kind of, like, look from Kifa over to Raven.
Raven's
and I'm like,
rolling her eyes, just like, oh, she seems over this already.
I'm all for it, but the problem is if we're breaking in without, like, messing with stuff, that sounds kind of boring.
I mean, as much as I love harassing Miss Hoshida, she's kind of harmless. Why don't we mess with a different teacher? Someone who could actually, put up a fight.
You know what? I kind of want to mess with Bird Brain. She annoys me.
Oh yeah, that Mallory chick.
I mean, not that there's anything wrong with being a bird brain, but her bird brain is
I didn't even notice that. I'm so dumb.
It's so righteous that it makes me sick.
Raven's still caught up on the fact that she didn't realize she was being insulted. Yeah, I mean, I'm down. We could vandalize some shit in there. We hate that entire group. Me and my dad, they honestly did some really messed up stuff in the past, and not being held accountable for their actions. We could get him back, and I would love to just leave a nice crow feather right in the middle of it, just to nail it in and let her know that I got my eye on her.
That sounds awesome. So yeah, sure, we'll go in along with your whole dropping them plan, but we have our own agenda too, so.
Fine by me. All I needed was some accomplices. Lucid, you in or what? Yeah, sure, I literally just do nothing if I go home. I just read comic books, so this is like living a comic book. Way more exciting. I'm in. Awesome. We'll meet back here. The gym is pitch dark. It is definitely spooky. This place is already... Yeah! I mean, Sam, you probably glow, right? Would you say that, like, your veins and stuff kind of glow and, like...
I would say there's a little bit of glow, if anything, at least from, like, the thing on his forehead. So, how'd it go? How's it going? Were you able to create anything of use?
Yes, actually. I think this could actually come in handy of helping about where our little ghost friend is, wherever they are anyways. So,
excellent. First question, before we try and test it out. Because it's so dark in here, should we, like, get some other form of lights or find lights and turn them on so that way if it does work we can actually see if, what, and where?
Oh, don't worry, I have it covered. He says as he takes out one of his other inventions to try and make it easier for both of them to see in the dark, which is essentially just some sort of night vision goggles. Cool. So that way things will still be dark, but they'll be able to see everything.
Awesome.
Wow. Okay, so you have 2 gadgets, and so you have that one, and then you have another one if you need it later. So nice.
I can't think of an acronym right now to come up with this, but I'm gonna go ahead and call this machine the Mystic. We'll figure out the thingy later. And essentially, this helps us not only figure out where the ghost is locating exactly, but we can also use this machine to speak with the ghost in any sort of way and wonder why they are here, what are they doing, what kind of stuff are they doing, and stuff like that. And I am going to include the machine that was given to me earlier from like the weird alien tech. I'm fiddling around with that.
Okay.
So that like little keypad thing would be used for being able to type messages to the ghost.
Alright, so you guys gonna test it out?
Yeah, we'll test it out here. I'm assuming I'll have to roll for that as well.
I think I'm gonna say assess the situation, which is roll plus superior.
All right, let's do it.
That's a hit!
9.
So I know that I can, you know, by default see my own invisible cat, and so I'll probably just ask it directly, what's wrong? Why do you keep running?
I'd say pierce the mask. Holy crap! So with pierce the mask on a 10+, you get to ask 3.
Yeah, what do you want me to do?
Scout has followed you home from the reef incident and is sort of like bonded to you in a way. It wants you to sort of let go of your past so that it can take place. Like, almost like taking a brick out of a wall and replacing it with a new one. Because right now, the reason why the dog is around is because you're not letting go of something. So they want you to let go of something so that the dog hopefully disappears and they can sort of fully take over and be that support beacon for you.
The one I do want to ask is like whether or not like Scout can tell me what specifically it is I had to let go of. Like if Scout knows what that is.
It could be, what are you
They
really
can, like,
planning?
tell.
Yeah, text comes through and it just says, there is a dog. It will not leave me alone. It is attached to you.
And then at that moment, reading that, Sam's face just goes even, you know, more pale. Realizing there's a dog. He has a pretty good idea as to who that dog is.
Yeah, you pan the little, the device and, like, you can see this outline of someone so dear that you lost so long ago in such a traumatic way that it just sort of, like, upon seeing them, you sort of get that very, oh, what is the word? Petrified feeling everything at once of, like, it's so good to see them, but it's so bad to see them, and it's just a whole mix of things. So you pull like as if it were in slow motion the switch just so you can speak to them, and you're kind of glad you can't see the dog because it is just wrenching your heart. And you ask it the question of how you can get them to sort of be at peace and pass on, and they respond. The text says, "Avenge me."
Okay. Sam kind of partially under his breath, but maybe loud enough that like, you know, Nuby might be able to hear. You know, Sam's like, I will. I definitely will. You will be avenged. I kind of want to like ask Cyrus like if he has like any other information like on you know, this particular enemy. What else can you tell me about this enemy that I can avenge you from?
The little bloop bloop comes up like they're typing. And it says, "Your caretaker, the leader. It was his decision. I was too close to you, and you were too close to me."
Sam starts to cry a little bit. Sam is like a little too emotional. He wants to ask the questions of like, you know, did it hurt? Are you okay? What's the afterlife like? But he realizes, because he also knows that like the thing he gave Nuby was like tampered with. He also knows that even if it's not in this, because he doesn't know if it is or not, that, you know, at some point he's probably gonna have to contend with that because he knows Nuby's pretty smart. So he just decides to like turn back. Before he turns back and like turns around, he collects himself and like, you know, makes sure there's no tears and puts on a fake smile, and then turns around to Nuby and says like, "Thank you so much. This is really, really helpful. I got everything I think I need in order to what I was looking for. Thank you very much."
It's no problem, I guess. Anything to help ease whatever you got going on.
And offers her hand out for like a handshake. Really great doing business with you.
Hey Nuby,
Likewise.
roll cover support for Sam.
And shakes hands. Rolling mundane.
Woo! That was
Alright.
pretty good, not gonna lie. Sam, you can mark potential, clear condition, or shift labels.
Mark potential.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys wrap up, and right around the same time, this group of individuals,
Degenerates.
rolls in.
Misfits.
They take a battle formation that they clearly like sat outside the door this entire time. Like, okay, I'm gonna go first, and I'm gonna do this pose, and then you're gonna go first, and then you're gonna do this pose, and like they thought this out. Yeah.
Because the only reason we could see in the dark was because of like the thing that Nuby made. Are they just standing in the dark without
Yes,
knowing
they are.
where they are, what they're looking at?
They have no idea if you're in here.
Cool.
They just roll in because like this is like where they heard voices. Sylvia, you are like one of the only like actual players in this. If you could roll assess the situation for me, like roll plus superior, that'll tell me if you guys can see them or not. Nice! So yeah, they see you! they can tell at least there's somebody over there. They might not be able to tell exactly who it is. They stroll in, and all you hear is Lucid's obnoxious voice echo across the gym, and they're like, "Freeze! We got you right where we want you!" Rushes over, and she sort of is just like, "Ha! Ha ha! We got you! We got you! We got you! You're gonna get so much trouble!" She takes a picture of both of you, and it's a very shocked expression across both of your faces that she uploads to social media immediately. Yeah, it looks like shit. It looks very cryptid. There's just like a kid with like a rock in his head, whose eyes are just like kind of wide, and then like Nuby like getting all fluffed up and like ears up, like, and then like it looks so cryptid though, because Nuby has like the reflective animal eyes, so it looks like a cat caught in the dark, and it just looks awful. And Kifa's just like, yeah, I'm uploading that. She's trashy like that. Yeah, so Kifa, now what? I don't know, get an adult or something! Isn't there somebody who stays here all the time? Like, isn't there a bot or something?
Sam speaks up like, I wouldn't do that if I were you, because if we're looking at this honestly, I mean, you have 2 A+ students here among a couple of degenerates.
Hey!
I don't know who they'll believe, you or me. I think they'll believe me and Nuby here. I think you're at a disadvantage here.
Yeah, I think you might be. So I suggest you guys run along and go back to doing whatever it is you're doing on this little exhibition, and you leave us be as we both head home and continue doing our project that we are doing together for class.
You believing this?
Let's get out of here. We're better than this.
I was gonna say I'm gonna sneak out with Raven.
Yeah, they're
We're
sneaking
gonna
out.
mess them up. We're out.
Hey, look, you now have 2 less witnesses.
What?
Now it's just you 2 versus us 2. And
Oh
I mean,
shit. Sam or Nuby, you can roll to provoke.
9.
If you want to use one of your team from your pool, you will get a 10+. It'll go exactly how you want. They will have to leave.
I'd be okay with using team. Like if
Okay.
they work together to scare them off. Are you okay with that?
Ooh,
Us
yes,
using team?
yes. Use the technology / the
Tell them it's haunted and there are ghosts around. And
Yeah.
scare the shit out of them.
Okay, yeah, do it. Go ahead. Scare my children. Yeah,
Okay.
well, we can take you in a fight. That's not what we're scared of. She crosses her arms. And Lucid crosses their arms. And the dragon crosses her arms.
In my back pocket, I do have some sort of technology that does like fiddle around with the lights in the
Yes,
Um,
you do.
that's in the gym right now. So he slips it out of his back pocket, still holds it behind him, and he presses the button, and the light starts to flicker quite a lot to start things off.
Yeah, they look around. They're definitely like caught off guard by that. They're just like, shit, I knew this place was haunted. We have to hurry. You better surrender or the ghost.
I don't know. I think
Are gonna
you
get
might need to surrender, and we need to get out of here now.
I mean, is it really haunted? I mean,
He's not lying. There's definitely gonna be ghosts coming through. Like look at me. I know ghosts. I've seen them. And I mean, like at the end of the day, I mean, if you're wanting to report on us, we're not gonna, volunteer to like help save you from them, right? Like this is the only device, and like he pats like the device that Nuby gave him. Like this is the only device that lets you really see them in advance and talk to them. And I mean, if you don't leave us alone, I mean, they're more than willing to talk to us, and we can more than likely have them attack you.
Damn it, I wish I was smart. I'm just pretty. She walks out.
If you say so.
Lucid's just like, I'm not anything! I'm just
media star.
I'm dumb and stupid and ugly and they're gonna leave. They're both gonna mark a condition of being insecure because they thought they were cool. They definitely weren't cool. Let's cut back to what Sylvia and Raven were doing.
So, what's gonna ruffle Miss Oriel's feathers, do you think? Like, Do you think she's the kind of person who'd get messed up by like everything being in a mess, or do you think she'll get messed up at like if we move something like ever so slightly, so there gives the feeling that something's off, but you're not quite sure what? Should we leave like an ominous message? Like,
Honestly, I've lots of good dirt on her. She royally screwed over my family. At one point, it was like the headlines were like Battle of the Birds, and it was a whole dumb thing that like I barely paid attention to, honestly. When I was like a kid, this all happened, and she was a part of the Golden Girls, and like you know the Golden Girls, like Golden Light is a total screw up of a hero. And then Oriole herself, and then the other one that died. Like they all
wait, there was one who died?
Yeah. It was like a whole thing, and like nobody talks about it because it was so awful because a hero died. But yeah, villains die all the time, and like what happens then? It's just like, hooray, let's celebrate. Like, bullshit.
Exactly. It's like either A, they don't even notice or care, or B, they're like cheering and dancing on our graves. It's like,
seriously, and it's like, hello, we have lives and families too. Like you don't think other people mourn villains? So yeah, and essentially they're screw-ups. So how do we get back at her?
oh, what if she's like, if she was part of this like golden squad or whatever, what if we like wrote like really like ominous stuff? Like, do you know when this like, when did this person die? Like maybe we could write like the date everywhere and like, and just like write like, we know.
Ooh,
Or, like,
that's good. That'll scare the shit out of her. Hold on, I'll text my dad. I'll ask him when it happened. She like pulls out her phone, sends a quick text. He responds pretty quick. She says your birthday.
Wait,
What?
weird. Why does that keep coming up? That's weird.
What?
Okay, like, don't be tripping on this, but like, for some reason that date has come up like a lot recently. I don't know
Oh.
why. Maybe the universe is trying to tell me something. But funny story. That's kind of my birthday. So like,
Oh damn!
was it like
that
the universe
sucks.
like balancing itself out?
Either like you're like really unlucky and like that just like happened at the same time, or like I don't know.
Yeah, let's just start writing stuff everywhere. And like, this may be a weird question, but we're cool, right?
Yeah, I mean you're like the coolest kid in class as far as I'm concerned.
Right. Like, with all this that's going on, do you think we're like co-conspirators, like partners in crime, like that kind of stuff?
She like grins, like she has like a very cool smile. She's just like, yeah. I mean, I honestly, when I came to the school, I thought I was just gonna be treated like absolute garbage. I thought people were gonna be like, there was just me a bunch of heroes all the time, and like I'm pleasantly surprised that like there's actually my people here. Like I've never had that before. I had to go to normal school. I was always like a freak or like put on a pedestal or like people are scared, and it's been so nice to have somebody who like doesn't do that. It's just like normal and is like, yeah, let's go mess up stuff, and like isn't like gonna be a baby about it and isn't gonna like question me about it. And like, hell yeah, we're partners.
Quick fist bump to myself, like, yes.
She gives you influence.
I think I already had. Did I already have influence with her?
Ooh, if you do, you get to shift her labels.
Yeah, I do have influence.
Ooh, go ahead, shift her labels. Let me pull them up.
We're bonding over the fact that we're both considered screw-ups by society, but we're totally cool with each other. Like thinking, hey, we're better than them.
Yeah.
We're better than they think we are.
Okay, so you're gonna up superior and then what else?
I think I'd move down mundane.
Sort of like gives you like one of those like little like fist bumps, like, yeah, we're cool, man. And then goes over, erases all the bullshit off the board, and it's just like takes her end of the board and starts writing like the date and like we know, and like covers her whole hand in chalk and like puts her handprint on it, like makes it extra freaking cryptic.
Yeah, I think I start doing the same thing, and then as we're like working, I'm like, since we're cool and all, like, there's something that's been like kicking around in my head, and it's like one of those things that like I can't talk to anybody about because like it would kind of cause problems. And like normally like I can, like, my dad's like I could talk to them about anything, but like I don't think I can talk to them about this yet because I kind of did something I wasn't supposed to. So I kind of accidentally snooped around on their stuff,
Oh,
and
damn.
like apparently was this chick who died? Was it like a promise something?
Promise? That, I mean, that kind of rings a bell. I can ask my dad. She, like, pulls out her phone, and she texts, like, hey, what was the name of that hero that died? And then, yeah, checks out, promise. Yeah, apparently, yeah, it was her.
Cause like for some reason like And I mean, I know like my dad's got up to all kinds of like villain stuff back in the day. So like I wouldn't be surprised if they were just like collecting memorabilia of all the cool stuff they did. But like they had like a news clipping, I think, about that.
Huh.
And again, it was like my birthday, and then it was like all this stuff was involved, and then it was like I think other people I might know like other people who were involved,
Whoa.
but I don't know what to do about it because it's like weird, you know?
Yeah, cause like even like people who were there, they like swear they can't remember what happened and stuff. Like there was like apparently like some sort of like anomaly or something. Like all the stupid freakazoids at the Aegis and wherever else, they're all trying to figure out what happened that day because it's like a citywide sort of thing. Something happened and for some reason like no one can recall what happened. And I think that is so awesome. Like there's a
standing there like
I don't know. But apparently someone died, and that's pretty much all we know. Because, I mean, I guess you can't really hide the fact that, like, a hero goes missing. Whoever did it, maybe they wanted that hero to be seen dead. I don't know.
if I like tell you something, will you like swear on the dead souls of your ancestors or something that you won't speak of it to anyone else or things like that?
Yeah, I mean, I hope you know that I completely go against my father all the time, so I'm my own person. I'm not gonna tell anybody.
Cool. Okay. So I might know why no one can remember.
Oh, what? Have you been, like, playing detective on this or something?
I mean, kind of. It's not so much like a thing of like looking into it and finding things out. It's just something I kind of already know.
Oh.
So like, heard of Shrieking Nightmare, right?
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, that dude's pulled off some awesome stunts. I mean, the guy looks ridiculous. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I guess that's like his thing is to like be underestimated. But nah, he's got a skill that like people definitely take for granted. He's done cool stuff.
So I kind of know who Shrieking Nightmare is and what he does.
Dude, really? Is that like somebody like your parents know or something? Like you have like an extension and like.
Oh yeah, my parents know him very well. They're very close friends.
What? No! Oh, is that like your inspiration? Is that like why you're a villain?
I mean, yes, like, I mean, come on. He was, like, really cool and did a lot of, like, really crazy stuff. And I love the fact that, like, he did all this stuff, but yet, like, nobody knows who he is.
I know, dude. That's like my thing. Like, if I wasn't who I am, like, I'm just so bold and, like, I can't not be me. Like, if I could hide it and I could do the whole mystery thing and have a mask, like, I would totally do it. Oh, it's just so fun.
Because of what I kind of know what he can do, part of me almost wonders if, like, and since, like, he's a good friend of my dad's, I'm wondering if he was involved. But again, I don't want to ask them about it, because whenever I talk to them about Shrieking Nightmare stuff, they kind of clamp up and don't say much. Probably because they want to, like, protect his identity or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, hey, mad
like-
respect for that.
Yeah. So it's like, I kind of almost want to, like, figure things out first before I talk to them. 'cause
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
Like,
Get your facts
it'll
straight.
be less awkward.
Yeah, especially because then you'll know, like, hey, you know, they can't lie to you now because you know everything, and you'll know if they're lying.
Yeah. And I mean, like, my dads have never lied to me before, so I don't know why they lie now, but, like, maybe it's just that whole, like, lie to protect someone kind of a thing. It's like, oh, we can't tell them, so we gotta keep this a secret, and, like, all that
Spicy.
kind of stuff. Oh, maybe, And I kind of pause for a second, and, like, after we finish writing all the cryptid stuff, and I'm like, do you think, I know you were saying that, like, all the Aegis stuff, like, they don't seem to know squat, but, like, I think if there'd be anything here that I could maybe borrow for research purposes.
Or, like, in her classroom?
Maybe? I mean, if, like, this promise chick was that important to her, maybe...
Yeah, I mean, they were, like, a hero group. I'm pretty sure they were a team. I don't know, I'm gonna go, like, look for her desk or something. Maybe she's got, like, I don't know, like a wallet or something, like...
Wait! You said that they're Golden Group.
Yeah,
It can be that Golden Light chick, right?
yeah, She was one of them, yeah.
What if she knows?
I mean, it wouldn't be totally not in character. She's like the shadiest bitch I know, and I'm me, and that says a lot.
Right? Although I don't know how on earth I'd be like, hey, I want to talk to Miss Goldenlight, and like not seem like I'm just like the snobby villain kid who's just trying to kiss up to the hero who's like fallen or whatever.
Okay.
Like,
I have an idea.
because I mean, I'm not gonna ask Miss Oriole about it.
But
'cause,
what if
like,
you did?
Because that will first of all link me to this.
No, I'm gonna leave evidence that I did this.
Should I leave evidence too? Would that be like the bold thing to do? Although, my powers aren't like
No.
they don't really leave anything.
Right. You're sneaky. That's your thing. I'd say I'm gonna leave my feathers everywhere. Really make it obvious it was me. If you wanna, like, slip her a note or something and say, like, hey, I need to talk to Golden Light. I think you might know her. I'm sure maybe they could work something out. I'll take this hit. So that way you can hopefully get some information. I'm gonna help you investigate this. This is wild. I mean, this is like the mystery of Halcyon Bay.
Yeah. Well, first of all, like, on taking the fall, but like, dude, yeah, because I guess if that works, and they draw suspicion off me, and then I just like come in all like fluttery-eyed, like, I just want to talk to Miss Goldenlight to learn something about being a hero, and then like when I get her alone, then I'm gonna pounce and be like, what do you know? Like,
Yeah! Oh, hell yeah! Oh, hell yeah! This is awesome. This is just... Oh, man. We can make this work.
Oh, quick, before I forget, and I'm gonna like rifle through and like find my phone and be like, if either of us find anything, we gotta share deets.
Yes, absolutely. She gives you her number.
Yeah, we exchange numbers.
She, like, texts you like a little, like, crow. To make sure that you got the right number.
I might, like, not leave the note now.
Okay.
Because then it would connect me to here. But,
Right.
like, I'll wait till maybe there's, like, an opportunity. Like, maybe they'll have another thing of, like, another research project or something. And I'll be like, hey, if you really want me to be a good hero, maybe I could talk to Goldenlight or something. Like, I'll find a way to bring it up. I'll figure it out.
Yeah. You're an evil genius. I trust you.
Yeah, I am. Oh, also, I fought Amari the other day, and I kind of kicked butt.
Dang, you fought Rainbow Kid?
Yeah,
I've been
I
wondering
did,
about
yeah.
them. They seem like a loose cannon. Like, if you really push their buttons, they could go wild. And I kind of like that about them.
I mean, she was gonna kind of 300 me into a portal, except the portal didn't really work.
Whoa.
So...
That's savage! I might need to talk to that kid.
I know! But then it didn't work, so I just pummeled her and showed her who was boss. It was great.
Hey, if you're gonna have a fight, you better invite me next time, at least to watch.
Yeah. Like, because if we're gonna be, like, partners in crime and stuff, we need to, like, come up with, like, combo moves and things like that. Like,
Oh,
so we can, like, just
combo
show up the
moves!
heroes and show them that, like, yeah, we're good at what we do.
Oh, back when I used to be, like, my dad's partner in crime, like, we had combo moves and stuff, but it always made me feel stupid and, like, I was being used. But, like, nah, like, I'm here for, like, a totally, like, we both do cool things and not just my dad does cool things and I'm in the shadow.
When we have free time, we'll have to, like, coordinate and, like, practice and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you're always safe to come to my place. I don't know how cool your parents are with just, like, Black Rose daughter just coming in, but my dad doesn't give a shit who I bring home, so.
I mean, I don't know. Technically, I've never really had friends to bring over before, so I don't know.
I mean, do they know a lot about villain stuff? Because I'm kind of everywhere. They might recognize me, but...
I mean, they used to be. They're not so much anymore.
Huh. Okay.
They were for a while, and then they kind of, like... They thought, like, the whole scene was kind of whack, and so they decided to, like, just not partake of the system anymore, unless, like, they're, like, doing stuff without, like, me knowing, which, I mean, if they were still doing villain stuff, like, on the side, like, that's kind of cool. But, like...
Huh.
And I kind of paused for a second, I'm like, your dad took you on missions?
Yeah, like, since I, like, learned how to fly, yeah.
Aw.
Like, yeah, I didn't have wings. Like, I wasn't, like, born with wings. I just sort of, like, my dad was like, hey, I need an heir to my throne. And so I was just, like, poked, and yeah, here I am. It sounds, like, horrible, but, like, honestly, it was one of the coolest things me and my dad have ever done. It was, like, I loved that moment. I think about it so much. Just, he, like, let go of my hands, and I I could do it by myself. It's the thing that gets me the most angry about heroes, because they don't know that about me or my dad.
Like, my dad's taught me, like, I mean, my power is not related to my dad's at all, but, like, they helped me, like, learn it and help me learn to use it, but, like, I mean, if they've ever gone out and done stuff, they've never brought me.
It might just be to protect you. I mean, there's some definitely missions my dad made me sit out on. Petty little things he'll bring me along. If not to show me how it's done, to show me how it's not done and get his ass kicked.
I guess. Maybe one of these days we'll have to, like, ask him or something, or maybe once we get real coordinated, we should kind of, like, do our own villain stuff.
Oh,
we can
yeah.
name for ourselves.
Yeah, I'm down for that. 100%. Oh, if I could outshine my dad, he'd be so mad. With somebody else, too. That would be even worse. Oh, I like this. This is good. We have a good thing going here.
I agree. So, how do we do the whole, like, feathers thing? Do you just, like, pluck them out? Do you, like, shake and they go everywhere?
My
Like,
flight feathers are kind of, like, everywhere all the time, always, so. Yep, she just literally, like, puts them on, like, the podium and stuff. And, like, around this area, and it's just like, shake, shake, shake. Feathers fall, and she's just like, our work here is done.
And I think, like, as I go to walk out, I, like, see the trash can, and I, like, kick the trash can out of the room.
Are you trying to say that Nuby might have betrayed us?
We're just gonna head in, grab thing, walk out.
Well, seems we have an unexpected guest. I've had it! I've had it! I've had it! You brats! You fear him. You can't trust him.
No, I can't.